Midway ground jet 738, could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
Jet 738, the jetway is going to be connected.
5 minutes. On PMDG will be destroyed. Until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, like the Aircraft Airlines Bag Service Office will be closing for the evening. All unclaimed baggage will be.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Jet and Airways, where a smile goes a long way. Well, today we are busy making new routes for our airline, getting things really pumping in our hubs. Today we're at Midway Chicago, and we're going to start putting some new routes together for Jet and Airways. We're going to fly a brand new one today from Midway over to Kansas City International. And it's not a bad day. It's a beautiful day. It's early morning, a beautiful hue of colour through the clouds there on this lovely morning. Now, if you'd like to fly with us, here is the flight plan. Okay, it's a very short, it's a beautiful flight plan, but not many waypoints to put into your FMC. Here's Midway here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 waypoints in between Midway and Kansas City International, so it's a very easy flight plan to program into your FMC. We are flying in our 737-800 for Jet and Airways. A few clouds around, but just beautiful scenery here today. A beautiful hue coming through the clouds there from the sunrise. And here is our plane, our 737-800 at the gate. And we're about to get all our services started, and then we can get our cabin crew on board, get our passengers on board. But I'm loving the 737-800. It is a beautiful thing, guys. It is a work of art. Okay, so let's go get all our services started. We'll get on board and get things fired up. Now, we are cold and dark today, sitting at the gate in Midway Chicago. So I'm going to go ahead and get things all started up and fired up and get running on our APU, get some power going, and I'll talk to you back here again soon. Now we are running on our APU, and we're going to start getting pushback here. We have our waypoints all into our FMC, as you can see here, as I step through them. So we've got our flight plan all done. Like I said, we're running on our APU, so we're all set to get pushback. We're going to turn on some lights here, turn on our taxi lights, anti-collision lights, and we're going to go ahead and get some clearance for pushback.
Midway ground Sim NZ738 ready to taxi straight out, departure with India.
Sim NZ738 taxi to and hold short of runway tree 1 center using taxiway Tango Yankee cross runway 1 tree left Yankee Golf Kilo Echo 2. Contact tower on 1 tree 5.2 when ready.
The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you haven't already done so, we request that you store your luggage and take your seat so we can have an on-time departure. For those passengers seated in a designated exit row, you may be called upon to open that exit in the event of an emergency. At this time, we also request that you store your electronic devices until we are above 10,000 feet. I will notify you when it is safe to bring these items out for use. If there's any question as to what device you can use on board today, please refer to the Once Before section of your My Magazine. Thank you for your attention.
Forward boarding door has been closed. Once again, we do need all passengers to remain seated at this time. Please double check the security of your seatbelt. All electronic devices do need to be turned off and put away at this time. This does include all cellular phones and two-way pagers. Flight attendants, please prepare your doors for departure and cross-check.
Okay, so we're getting pushed back now. I'm going to get the left engine started. Quite a busy day here at Midway Chicago. We shall put our park brake on again.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Yankee Cross runway 1 Tree Center, Yankee Cross runway 1 Tree.
The seat in front of you or in a storage compartment. Please bring your seats to the upright position for takeoff. It is a federal requirement to comply with crew member instructions and instructional signs. All flights are non-smoking. Smoking is prohibited in the lavatories. It is against federal law to tamper with, disable, or destroy excess rafts. Large life rafts are also on board. A sudden change in cabin pressure will automatically release an oxygen mask above your seat. Put the mask on and pull the elastic band over your head. Tighten the band by pulling on the tabs on both sides of the mask. Breathe normally. The plastic bag will not inflate.
Okay, so we have been cleared to take off. We are here on the runway. This is my first flight in the 737, in a PMDG 737 since the big update 10. So it will be very, very interesting to see if it handles any different, what works, what doesn't work. We have our flaps down 5. And we're going to take off and turn off slightly to the right. I've changed the seat position as well, so I'm a little further back and a little lower, which is where I think I would actually be if I was sitting in a real 737. The sort of default view that came with it is too forward and too high, I think, in my book. Positive rate, gear up. Beautiful morning here at Chicago, Midway. Right, so I'm just going to have a nice gentle climb out, keep it steady in a straight line. We're gaining speed and altitude, flaps up.
Tower Sim NC738 frequency change.
Right, so I'm going to go to my autopilot, turn on speed mode, turn on my LNAV and my autopilot. Turn on my vertical speed. Put that on at 1,700, I think. I'm going to go up to 25,000 feet today. Initially, we'll climb up to 10,000. So we're turning around now to intercept our flight plan. Got a nice gentle climb out, nothing too dramatic or exciting. We're up to our target speed. So I'm going to stay at that until we reach 10,000 feet. Really enjoying the 737-800. I'm not sure when I'm going to get back to flying the 700 again. Maybe I won't. They're basically the same to fly. Only difference is we can get more passengers than the 800. Yeah, so maybe I'll be flying the 800 from now on. I'm not sure. I will keep the 700. But yeah, not sure where I'm going to use that. The 800 is certainly a lot more profitable and more sensible when it comes to the trips and the amount of passengers it can carry. So I'm not sure when I'm going to use or where I'm going to use the 700. I'm glad I didn't get the 600 because I definitely wouldn't be using the 600 now. Lovely gentle climb out here. Now up to 6,000 feet. We're at our target speed, 250 knots.
Attention all passengers, we will be serving our in-flight meal shortly with your choice of red or white wine. Please return to your seats so that we may serve you more easily. Enjoy your meal.
Right, we're coming up to 17, 18, 19,000 feet. We're at our speed, 280 knots, so we're ripping along at a reasonable rate. We're not mucking around today. It's a good speed. Approaching our 20,000 feet. It's a very, very slow, gentle climb, so we've gone ahead and served the drinks and meals. Seems to be a pretty smooth flight, not much in the way of turbulence or clouds or rough stuff, so everyone's just enjoying their tea and their coffee and their fruit juice and their nice snacks. The graphics, the simulator is very, very smooth today. Very, very smooth. Incredible. I don't know what my frames per minute are, frames per second. I don't really get into those numbers. Otherwise you become quite stressed out about it. I just use the naked eye. If it's smooth and everything's going nicely, that's good enough for me. At a guess, I would say it must be around about in between 50 and 60, I would say, somewhere around about there. If I can get a visual on the runway, on the airport, I can do a manual lineup. But our plane is sort of struggling to get on this final approach that I've set up because it is not a good one. So I'm not sure if this landing approach or landing will be very successful, guys, I'm afraid, but we'll give it a go. And lower some gear. See if I can get a visual on the runway somewhere. Okay, I've taken off the autopilot. Bit of an unorthodox approach and landing here, guys. We're going to go around, gear up. Right, so gear down again, and we're going to come around for another bite at it. Right, welcome to Kansas City International, guys. We made the landing. We did have to go around again and come in. And the reason for this botch up, of course, is because my flight plan was not good enough. My approach was not good enough. So I had to do a missed approach and go around and have a second bite at it. That shouldn't have happened. I should be more careful, but at least I know now. And I'm going to do a new flight plan for this route, and the approach will be a lot better. You know, a landing is only as good as the approach. Now this is Kansas City International. As you can see, is a very basic airport. I haven't downloaded any sort of add-ons or anything for this airport, so it is a very, very basic airport. If it's going to be if it's going to be one of our regular routes, I will download the add-on, if there is one for it, and upgrade the whole airport and the scenery. Right, that will do us. But it is a lovely airport, but it is just, the basic airport is just very, very bland. So I think I'll have a look and see if I can upgrade the airport, and then I'm going to redo this flight plan so that we have an approach that is a lot more professional, and we can do better landings here. But I do enjoy the flight. It is pretty flat land. There are no hills, no mountains, and all sorts of things. Nothing special to look at as far as scenery goes, but just cruising at 28,000 feet, it is a nice pleasant flight, and it should be an easy straight in approach and landing if you have a good flight plan. So we'll work on that. I look forward to your comments down below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Happy flying. Take care. Over and out.